Hey everybody. Hi, 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 hi. I hope you guys can hear me. This is the first time ever that I am actually going live here on Facebook with StreamYard. As you can see, it's a little bit different. If you saw yeah, my Facebook hold on a second. Yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit different. Give me one second. See? Technical difficulties already. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, I see some people here. I think Patty's here. Sai is here. Hope my connection will be fine because the weather here is not okay. It's raining, as long as it's not snowing, right? Can you guys hear me? Patty, can you hear me? Sai, I see you on the chat. So this is completely new to me, uh, but inside the mind of RLQ isn't new. It's just different. You can hear me? All right, Shell, how are you? Is it clear? Let me know how the sound is. Yes, clearly, perfect. Patty, thank you so much. What else did I want to ask? So everything's smooth, right? Ah, man, I hope this goes good because I wanted to do something different today. Um, you've probably most of you guys have probably already seen my Inside the Mind of RLQ already, which is, I talk about a quote that I wrote. I think Patty, you were here for my last one too. Hey, Kenya, you made it. Great to see you. This is awesome. Hey, Helen, how are you? And Rita, see, I remember Ni hao. That one's you, Rita. Thank you so much, guys, for joining, man. I love seeing you guys. So the difference between this version of Inside My ROQ is that I actually remember last time I was talking how I wanted to bring guests onto the show. So I already talked to Shell. She says she'd love to come on and you can come in onto the live stream so that everyone can meet you. And the thing about this is that I used to have this show on Facebook called ROQ with you, and Shell was my first guest, and I brought them in and we talked about her story. Right, I bring people in to talk about her story. So today's quote I chose, one of my favorite quotes that I wrote is about how you are a survivor. So if you are interested in joining into the live with me, I would love to hear your story, like something that you went through in your life that you made you feel that, that yes, you are a survivor. And yes, you've been through, through adversity and you've been challenged. Life has challenged you, but yet you still were able to overcome it. And I would love to hear your story, right? So Bernadette, you made it. Hi, and Trisha, you made it. And just a reminder, it was Trisha's birthday on Sunday. So happy belated birthday. And I sang her the happy birthday song during that time, right, Trisha? I hope you had a fabulous time during your birthday, Trisha. Narita made it too. Oh my gosh, you guys got all my messages. Thank you so much. So I was going through like this whole list. I was like, okay, who are the people that I need to message to come on? Because I know you guys are gonna come. I love you guys so much, by the way, and thank you so much for your support and everything. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm sure you guys have. Please press the subscribe button, and then you'll get all my notifications, all my videos, and when they do come on and everything. Patty says, I would love to join you on the live stream, but not tonight because I look frightful. I have been working all day. Okay, that's okay, Patty. If this goes well, if everything goes well tonight, then I'm gonna make this a regular thing. I'm gonna have like inside the mind of RLQ with you put together into one because I think it's important that I share my story when I talk about my quote and I explain to you why I wrote it and what happened in my life to make me write that quote. But also, if you read the quote, if you have read the quote and you're like, yeah, I can totally relate to this quote because something this happened to me and I'd love to share my story, right? So I think it's important for people to listen to other people's story as well, just so that they can, remind themselves that I'm not the only one that's battling this. I'm not the only one that's going through this in my life, and there's other people there, right? So it'll just give you that comfort. Trisha, would you like to be? Would you like to join us? All you need is a cell phone. If you're on your cell phone and a camera, and you'll be on. I would next time as well, not ready and drive. Oh, you're driving, Kenya? Okay, drive safe, drive safe. But I'm glad you're listening to me. Are you watching on video or are you just listening to my voice? You know what? I forgot to bring my water. Who here besides Shell would like to come on? Trisha says no. Did you say no? All right, next time, okay, Trisha. I'm gonna try to convince you to come live. Because when Shell comes, I've had Shell on a few times. Um, but we had a great time, just, you know what? I love from Sai. Sai, if you're on, right, Sai, would you like to come on live? Don't be shy. Oh, you're watching while you're driving? I think do you have one of those screens on your car where you can You're safe, right? Just wanna make sure that you're safe. Alright, so the quote that I wrote, you guys seen it probably a couple of times. One of my favorite quotes is one of my most popular quotes, um, and I think the reason why it's not just the quote alone, but I think I found the right photo that matches with the quote, right? With the woman standing up and looking up and just, reminding herself, "I'm strong." So, of course, there's a reason why life will never knock you down. It's because you are a survivor. I don't have a printout on it because I'm gonna do this stream is very different from my previous streams, but you guys seen the quote on my thumbnail, so hi, Sana, you made it. How are you doing? Sana, would you like to join us live? All you need is I would love to be on and my phone is charging. Okay, Shell, let me know when you're ready and I will get you, on. But before I bring Shell on, Shell has many stories. Sai, super heavy rain here. Sorry if my internet lost. No, no, that's okay, Sai. Just as long as you're here. Sai, did you get my message? Would you like to come live? I would love for you to come just for 5 minutes. I would love you to come on live and just to say hi. Would you like to do that, Sai? I can send you the invite link and then you can just click it and then you can join us and everyone can see you and say hi to you because Sai is such a beautiful person. I'm telling you, she is so lovely. So I'm gonna talk about you guys are all lovely, actually, by the way. I'm gonna talk about this quote and why I wrote it, and why I felt it's something that a lot of people can relate to, and it proves that it does because, it is probably one of my most famous quotes. Okay, Sai says she might wanna join. Okay, this is good. I can actually have Shell and Sai on at the same time. I can actually have, I think, maybe more 5 or 6 people on at the same time, so my book had so many characters. That was Trisha. Trisha, remember, you can still change your mind, okay? If you see that Shell and Sai are on at the same time and you're like, "Okay, well, I can do this, I can do this," just join. It'd be so awesome. Sana, okay, Sana, if you wanna join, I'm gonna send you know what? I'm just gonna put the invite, link into the chat, okay? So when you see the link, you click it. When you see the link, all you have to do is, put your name. You see how my name is on the screen, Roger Lee? All you have to do is put your name there, and then, you will show up on my screen, and then I just put you on, right? You should have given us a hit so we could prepare for you. Okay, this today's live is the preparation because I this is the fir I don't even know if it's gonna work, okay, but I'm just gonna try, so I wanted to actually test it out. And if it works, then this is gonna be amazing because every single live I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring you guys on, right? Because every quote, there's something different about it, and, every quote can relate to different people, right? Because everyone's journey is different, right? But I know that this one for sure is going to, um you're going to this has probably happened to you many times throughout your lifetime, right? That you just have gone through so many difficult times in your life, but somehow, some way, you found a way to get through it and you survived it, right? So does that not mean that you are a survivor? You have come so far. You are here today because of your strength, right? So this is so important that you need to remind yourself that that you will always have the strength no matter how weak you are, right? And the reason why I wrote this quote was because, I went through a lot of tough time not like crazy tough times, before my accident stuff, but I think this incident with the whole concussion, anxiety, depression was my biggest challenge in my life. Biggest challenge. Because it got to a point where, like you guys know, I thought I wasn't going to heal myself, that I was going to live my life forever with anxiety and depression, and I was never going to overcome, being at rock bottom, right? Because when you talk about rock bottom, if none of you have experienced it yet, and I hope you don't, well, in that case, but if you do, I mean, there is a good thing about hitting rock bottom because if you are able to get out of it and overcome that, I'm telling you, man, that thing it was really hard, okay? Because it's like, you just feel that there's nothing left for you to do anymore in this lifetime because you just feel so helpless and you just feel like it's the worst feeling in the world, okay? So, after I actually recovered from my concussion, which was probably one of the most important things, and I learned about loving yourself and strengthening my mindset, all that stuff, and I started to see progress as I was taking steps every single day, and I started to heal myself. I was telling myself wow, I can't believe, like, all those days that I was telling myself that, it's going to be impossible for myself to heal myself and, find my happiness or, make my mom happy or see my family happy, like, all those things that I thought wasn't going to happen, I made it a reality for myself, right? And after healing myself after that, I proved to myself. I proved to myself that no matter how weak and how dark it gets, no matter how much hope you have lost and even faith, if you had lost your faith, that you can absolutely change everything with whatever is going up here in your mind, okay? And that's why I talk a lot about strengthening your mindset, how important it is because everything does start from your mind, right? And when I overcame that, I told myself, "Roger, you are a survivor." Okay? And I look at everyone else's story, as I'm writing quotes, I always love reading comments on my posts and stuff, and I can see that people are struggling to find out about the strength because they feel that they don't think that they're going to be able to overcome this chapter in life. I'm gonna go back to the chat. Hope my connection will be fine. Sai, does that mean, yes, you are going to come live? Oh my I have known Sai for, like, almost 2 years, I think, and I've never spoke to her in person, and this is going to be such a great day for me to see Sai in person. Sana is working on dinner, so maybe next time. Okay, Sana says next time. So I got Trisha coming next time, right, Trisha? Sana coming next time, and Patty. Yes, you get knocked down, but you get back up. Yes, we do get knocked down, right? We do. But we're not gonna stay down there, right? We might stay down there for a little bit, but we are going to find a way to pick ourselves back up and continue to move forward because forward is the only direction that we have to head towards, right? Jackie, it stands for Roger Lee Quotes. Oh, okay. Oh, Jackie's here. Hi, Jackie. How are you doing? I miss Jackie. I am a nurse and first thought RLQ stood for right light quadrant. Yeah, actually, you know what? Right, RLQ does stand for that because when I was searching for what RLQ stands for, I mean, that the first thing you'll see is that, right? So, right light quadrant. Oh, yes, it does stand for Roger Lee Quotes. So, oh man, that's funny. Michelle, whenever you want me to send me the link, Roger, I have my phone near me. Okay, so I am going to um, let's just get people to come in because I really want to hear your story, and I know Shell's story. All right, so you guys don't know about her story, but her story is I like every time she talks about it, I'm so proud of her for how far she's come. So I'm gonna put the link here, all right, on the chat. If you can't click it, then I'm going to have to send it to you through Messenger or oh, Jackie's so sweet. Hi, Rod, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna see if you can let me see if this works. Can you guys click that link? Shell, can you click that link? Does it take you anywhere? If not, then I'm gonna send it to you through uh, Messenger. And Sai, click that link. Because this link is going to take you right here, right? So it's a very, very easy process. That's why I love using StreamYard because it's just like, that's how I did my stream with my brother the other day, if you guys saw. And I could bring guests in, and we can just talk, and then I could also bring more than just one guest, which is awesome, right? So this is really good for you guys because you're gonna get an idea of what it's gonna be like to be live here with me as we talk, and we're all gonna and we're gonna talk about our stories, there's so many I've listened to so many stories. I thought my story was really hard, and it was, but listening to the hundreds and hundreds of stories, like, I see Sana. Sana made it. Okay, I'm gonna bring Sana in. Hi, Sana. Is this Sana?
It's Donna,
Wait,
yes.
I'm
Can
gonna
you
have
hear me?
wait, hang on. Hello?
I think we lost you.
I hear you, but I also hear my voice too on the thing.
Ah,
How are you?
doing pretty well today, thank you.
Can you hear an echo? Because I hear myself.
I don't.
I'm so glad you joined. You're the first person so this link does work, right?
Yes, I wanted to just test it for you. I may have to split and work on dinner some more, but I wanted to
Okay,
test it.
okay. I'm trying to get it so that it doesn't echo. Okay, Shell, I think Shell is here. We're gonna add Shell too. Wait, I don't see her, but I can Okay, Shell's working on this. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you first, Sana, since you're here. So you don't hear an echo, right, when through
No.
your okay, so I'm just hearing it for myself then. So do you have something to share with us, that you've gone through in your life? I'm sure you've been through, many, many storms, right? That you had overcome, and you're just like now you can look back at it and tell yourself that, "Hey, you know what? I am a survivor," right? Like, I am absolutely so strong, and I know that if life throws another obstacle at me, I'm pretty sure that I can overcome it. So do you have something that you would like to share with us?
I lost my husband 6 months ago
Oh,
to a tragic windstorm accident. A big old top of a tree fell on him. He was in ill health to begin with, but the tree falling, and that was kind of like the end. And then at the same time, I was in the hospital with something else. So I didn't even get to say goodbye to him.
oh my god, that's
It's been awful, but I'm getting stronger every day.
yes.
And I will have to admit that your quotes, as well as Gary Sturgis, I think you're familiar with him.
I might have heard of him.
It's a Facebook group called Surviving Grief.
Oh, okay, great.
And then I've worked with my local hospice, and I'm working hard at it and doing pretty well since it's only been six
You look
months.
great, though.
Oh,
You look
thanks.
great.
Thanks.
You look happy. I know sometimes it's hard, you know, you have that inner pain inside, and sometimes you just go out and you put this mask on to and everyone thinks that you're okay, but, you know, and then when you go home and it's just like, you kinda take that mask off, and then you kinda it just settles in, and you start thinking, right? But I don't see that in you. I mean, you look great,
Thanks.
and you know, it's tough, you know, we just never know what life is gonna throw at us, right?
Yeah.
We just have to I know it's hard just to look back and say, you know, it's something that we need to go through. Unfortunately, these certain circumstances do happen, and we're sometimes we're just not never gonna understand why it happens, right?
Right.
But we have to always just remind ourselves, you know, when my father passed away, it was tough for my mother to move forward, right? And I was just like, "My mom's never gonna heal from this," you know, because she was with him for, like, over 50 years, right? And all
All
of a sudden,
right.
he's not there anymore. How do you go forward, you know? Like, there's so many memories, and there's just so much that you can't forget about, right?
Right.
But, I mean, to her, her happiness is the most important thing, so she was telling herself, you know, "I gotta go see my kids, you know, my grandchildren." Those are the things that brought her happiness, right? And
Yes.
as she started to focus more on that and remembered about my father that, you know, he is in heaven, right? And he's with her all the time, right? Just because he's
Exactly.
not here on Earth doesn't mean that he's
Exactly.
not here,
Hmm.
right? So that's her mindset, right? So and the more she did that, the faster she healed, right? So,
Right.
yeah, it's tough. You just never know. But we definitely do have to move forward, and I'm sure your husband is watching you right now, and he's
Exactly.
so proud of you,
He's with
and
me all the
all the
time. He's
time, and
with
sometimes
me.
you can just feel that, right? You
Yes.
can just feel it,
And I talk to him
and he's
constantly,
probably
and
looking at you and saying, you know, you still have your own journey, right? Your own journey, right? So and yeah, you should be definitely proud of yourself. Definitely proud of yourself.
well, I'm going to say bye. I'm going to go work
Okay.
on dinner.
Alright, what you making tonight?
It's a beef pot roast with some potatoes and carrots and onions and whatever else I figure
Oh my
out.
gosh, you're making me hungry. Alright, so if you catch me next live, I'd love for you to join again.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
for being
will.
my first guest.
Hey.
Yay!
Take care. Nice to meet
Alright,
you.
bye. Have a great dinner.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Alright, guys, that was awesome. Did you guys hear any echo? Because I heard, like, I could hear the echo from my speakers. I can actually still hear something. Oh my gosh, I need to fix it. You guys still here, right? That was pretty cool. I think it worked, except for the whole sound thing. I need to figure out how to do that. Patty, you can't get in? Sai, are you still here? 'Cause Shell I think Shell is still working on trying to get in here, right, Shell? I can't see the camera on my end. Hmm, that's so weird. Maybe I can is I might be blocking it or something. Trisha. Okay, Sai, do you see the link? You wanna click the link? I might be able to get your voice, Shell. Okay, I'm gonna add you to here. Do you wanna try saying something, Shell?
Can you hear me?
I need to figure out how to get rid of the echo. Hey,
Can you
Shell, I
hear me
can hear
now?
you.
You can hear me, but you can't see me.
No, I can't. Roger, what state are you from? I'm actually from Toronto, Canada, Jackie.
I can't see
No,
the picture.
I can't see you, no.
I can hear, but I'm like,
You can't? Okay, you know what? Let me see. I don't know why. Sorry, guys, bear with us. We're just trying to get things set up here. I don't know why this is happening.
I wonder if I click stop cam, see what happens. Let's see. Okay, now let's try this.
Hmm.
Let's, now,
Okay, yeah,
no,
try that.
it's still black.
Yes, I'm in Toronto, Canada. I would love to be in somewhere hot, actually. My daughter was asking, she is listening. Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, so I was born in Canada too, right? I was born in Montreal, lived there for 7 years, and then we moved here, to Toronto. So I've been here for most of my life. Do you guys hear an echo? I just wanna make sure that you don't hear the echo. Shell, do you hear an echo when I talk? I am in the room, just get the video to work. Do you guys hear an echo when I'm talking? Okay, so you don't hear an echo. So you just see when you're watching, you just hear me and then the other person talking, right? You don't hear no echo or anything.
I stopped talking.
I know, I can see. Sandra, hi, Sandra. Hi, how are you? You hear an echo, Sandra? No, Helen doesn't hear an echo. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna continue going. If you guys don't hear it, then that's cool. I'm just trying to I have to pay attention to what you're saying and then as well as figuring out how to get rid of this echo. But I'm not gonna touch it right now because if you guys are good on your end, then okay, Jackie, no echo. No echo. All right, Sai, did you click the link yet? I'm so excited to see Sai. I'm waiting for Sai. Who else wants to come on? Because Shell is here. She's just trying to fix her video right now.
I don't know what's going on with the video. I mean, I can leave and come back.
Because it's you know, you've been here before and it worked.
It was a different computer though, but that shouldn't be the problem. Hold on
Oh,
anyway.
okay. Narita, you can't hear it. Narita, would you like to come live?
Hold on.
I haven't seen Narita yet. No, it was fine, but I can't get on. Try again. I got from. You know what? Try again, Patty, because you probably popped on, but I didn't click you to add you to the room. So maybe that's why. We're all trying to get to work. You know why? You know what? After we figure out all of this, my
It's gonna
next
work.
Inside the Mind of RLQ is gonna be much better, right? So sorry, guys. This is funny. But Sana, it was so nice to see Sana. I spoke a lot about, people passing, like, your loved ones, passing a lot. I've read so many comments. I read a lot of stories about people, losing loved ones, right? And again, it is one of the hardest things to go through. I spoke about how my cousin, like, when he was, like, in his early 20s that he took his own life. That was the first time I ever witnessed something so, like, I just ha I couldn't even react to that because I didn't even know how to react to that, and then, when my father passed away, it was the same thing, right? So, who device is not oh, I see Sai, but I don't see her. Oh, I see her. Oh my gosh, Sai, how are you?
Hi, I'm
Oh my,
fine. I cut
I love
my
you
hair
so much.
short. Look at my hair.
You
That
look
is.
beautiful. You
Oh,
look
thank you.
how are you? I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah,
How long have you been following me for now, Sai?
I think it's more than a year or two
More than
years
a year.
more. Yeah,
At least a year and a half, right?
yeah. I'm so glad.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you look so happy.
Yeah, even though I have asthma.
Yes, you do have asthma. I remember the last time you had to go for your appointment. How is that going for you? Is it you getting better? I mean,
I'm okay. I'm okay. Hi, everyone.
oh, Sai is so beautiful, right?
Oh, thank
We have
you.
BC Triplet Mom here. Hi. See, Sai is so beautiful. Um, oh my gosh, this is such a great day. I have Shell and
Ah,
Sai here. I'll need it for Hana.
hi,
Shell is still
Shell. How
trying to
are
work
you?
on her.
Hi, Shell. Where are you? I want to see you.
You see Shell? You see, Sai wants to see Shell.
No, I can't see
What is
her.
BC Triplet Mom says, what is that? Mulin and Asha tinctures keep my asthma under control. Bernadette's here too. Bernadette, would you like to come on too, Bernadette? Shell still work. Shell, do you hear us?
Hi, Shell. I want to see you.
Sai, can I ask you a question? Do you hear any echo on your side?
No.
Everything's fine?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's just me then. So I'm listening to you talk, but I'm also listening to this echo in the background. Like it's just repeating everything I say. I don't know how to get rid of it, but yeah, I'm just gonna go. So I can hear you guys and still can't get the camera to work. Keep working on it, Shell. And you could talk too, Shell. Don't forget because we do hear your voice. So I'm gonna ask
I'm
you,
only
Sai.
using my phone. I don't have no, I don't have microphone. Just a phone.
But I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine.
Okay.
But can you hear me
Okay.
fine? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can
Okay.
hear you fine.
Okay. Okay, here's my question. Okay, in regards to the quote that I wrote, but you've seen it many times, right? What is it
Yeah.
that you went through in your life so far that you can tell yourself that you are a survivor? What's the hardest thing that you can look back at that you went through and said, that was tough, but I'm so proud of myself
Ooh.
because, you know, it showed me my strength.
When I lost my husband
Mm,
and when I've been operated general operation two times. I had an ectopic pregnancy, first baby, and then after that, I lost my father after a year, and then after another year, I've been operated second time around. Oh, I have what you call this myoma. So I went through general operation again after 2 years.
wow.
And then after that, I lost my uh, sister again. I lost everything, but I'm so strong to stand it.
That
Oh, you can hear that. It's so heavy.
what is
The
that? The
rain was
rain?
so heavy. Yeah, I lost everything, but I will have to stand strong to face
Oh my gosh, it is
another
crazy out
new
there.
life.
Don't worry, you're safe inside. You know why? Because you are strong. Even if you went out there in the wind, you can still survive it, that storm,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
But that is
I've been
that is
through
a lot.
depression. I've been through depression also when I recovering my second operation because I lost a lot of blood. The whole blood, I think I have been three three bags,
Wow.
3 bags of bags. Yeah, because at least I use it when I lost so much blood because of my operation. So I've been through 50-50, I think, the second time around operation. So I've been through 50-50,
You
I
have
think.
been through a lot.
The
That's
second time
like,
around.
and and
Yeah.
that's in within what
And when
a
I'm
period of how
recover,
long?
yeah, and when I'm recovering my second operation, I lost my dad.
Wow. See, you
Um,
see,
I a week after I discharged from the hospital, I think 2 weeks, my dad had a stroke and he died.
wow,
After
that's
a
just
year,
crazy.
I left. Yeah, but my family are strong to get in touch with me, so they help me when I'm stressed and depressed.
Hmm.
They made me help become strong because family is love.
Family is family can do so many wonderful things, right?
Yeah,
I I I ran away from my family because my anxiety and depression was so bad, and you know that story, right? How I just left my family.
yeah.
And then I
I heard.
realized that, I was running away from my happiness. I was running away from the people that loved and cared for me. Right,
Mm-hmm.
and when you just realize and not everyone's gonna have that circle around them that's going to support them, and if you do have those type of people around you, you have to consider that to be you should be grateful, first of all, and that you are blessed, right? That you do have all
Yeah,
these
I am
people
blessed.
around you to help you. Right.
I am
And
blessed.
for some people, the toughest thing is when you don't have that circle and you'd have to kind of depend everything on yourself, but you can still, even though you're alone and you feel alone, you don't have anybody around, you still have yourself. You still have yourself to take care of yourself and
Yeah,
to
so true.
to prove your strength to yourself, right?
Nice.
I'm going to try something that might help my video. Okay,
Hi,
Shell.
Shell. Hi,
Sai
Shell. I
really
wanna.
wants Sai really wants Shell to come on.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, this sound is killing me.
we're friends on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's so you guys probably talk about. All right, Narita. Glad you could join. Bye, Narita. I'll see you next live. Thank you for coming. You guys probably talk every single day, right? Hey, Bernadette. Is Bernadette here? Bernadette, I'd love to have you on if you're still here. I really need to fix this. I really do. Because I am
Cut
trying
my hair
to.
short because it's too hot here in the Philippines. It's too hot, but now it's raining.
it,
I don't know.
it's.
I don't know the weather. It's not
Oh
good
yeah.
here.
Mm. But you're
Hi,
dry. I think the
Aubrey.
most important thing is that you are dry. You're-
Hello.
right?
I'm inside.
So that's a good thing. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
I want to see Shell.
Um,
Shell,
yeah,
where
because
are you?
are on and I can't get you. Patty, you tried clicking on that link, right? And nothing happened? See, this
No.
is this is like a
That's my
trial and
mother's
error thing
meeting.
that's happening here. But I hope as long as we're having fun, I think that's the most important thing because, like if you've been having a bad week and you just want to find something to make you smile and happy, come join RLQ because I'm sure you'll get at least guaranteed one smile out of it. Jackie, I've been seeing a psychiatrist for anxiety and depression for years. I used to be embarrassed, but now I do not care what others think. You know what, Jackie? You are so right about that because when at the early stages when I had it, you might have felt this too, Sai. When you had depression, it feels like you don't want to go and tell anybody that you have it because you're afraid that they're going to be like,
Yeah, and I ran away
I
from my house too. I ran
especially with your
away.
right, right.
Yeah,
I couldn't
I
even tell
went to
my mom,
another house.
okay?
Yeah,
But I realize now that if you just look around, there's so many people with anxiety and depression. There's so many people. It's almost like
yeah,
it's like the normal thing now. Like you can't
yeah,
blame anybody for not having it because there's so many things that we have to deal with, right? So, you know, I believe that's why I created my page. That's why I write my quote. It was all because of my anxiety and depression, and I just want to let everyone know that it's okay not to be okay, right? Who's out there right
yeah.
now that's not okay,
Your
right?
your quote and your ebook helped me a lot.
Oh, I'm so glad you like. Did you like my new
Yeah,
ebook? Are you reading that?
yeah, Yeah, every night before I go to bed.
Oh, thank you so much, Sai. It means so much.
Yeah.
BC Triplet Mom says, I have someone I need to help. Do y'all know of any free therapists, psychologists, or psychiatrists online? Computer and iPhone, let everyone know I said get in. BC Triplet Mom, I don't know anybody that's free, but my brother was telling me that you know how there's AI now with ChatGPT and all that stuff. You can actually have a full conversation with AI right now. So you can literally go and ask any question you want. The AI will respond to you as if they were a therapist or as if they were a psychiatrist because they have all the information from the internet, right? So you could try that. You could just try searching for you can even go to ChatGPT or whatever, and you can literally talk to an AI, right, and have a full conversation with them, and you can get a lot of information from that, right? So they're not a real person, but the information I think is what is important. So you can definitely try that, BC Triplet Mom. Patty, computer and iPhone, let everyone know, get it. Accent, get it. Computer, oh, I don't get that. Um, yeah, so Sai, I remember you telling me that it was months ago, but the last person that you lost was your sister, right?
Yeah.
And that was how long ago was that?
Um, I think 1 month ago.
How long?
1 month.
It was only a month. Are you
December.
sure? Oh, okay,
No, no, no. 2 2 months or 3 months.
3 months. Yeah, it was about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So,
Because she died in Aruba. She died abroad in Aruba, and the ash. My another cousins bring her ass here, and then last week we bring her to
mm,
her new home.
um, and how are you? How have you been for anybody that has
Thirty
lost
five
someone close
years.
to them? How
Thirty
how
five
how?
years.
Pardon?
35 years that we
Wow.
don't meet in person. Yeah, we met only on a ano video call.
Oh,
And then when she came here, she is already an ash.
oh, I see. Oh, so how have you for anybody that's listening that has lost someone, how were you able to move forward? Because I know when you told me about it, you were having a really tough time. So what did
Yeah,
you do for yourself to tell yourself, I need to keep moving forward?
meeting, joining my cousins, my family, every
Mhm.
day, every night. They shared, and no, we have a very close contact with each one of us, our family, and then that brings a lot of strength for us to overcome all the trials and difficulties.
Yeah, it's family again, right? Just be the sport, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
true.
mean, you're probably still I know you're never going to forget about her or whatever, but I think the most important
Sorry
thing is,
about my
your
English,
family is
Roger.
together and helping you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, that's the most important thing.
My English is not good because
I
I am a
understand it completely. You're
Filipina.
doing you're doing perfectly fine. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing.
Thank
You're really
you,
good.
thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to finally get to see you, Sai.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna put you offline here, just to see if to check my sound, and then you can stay on. Let me just see what happens when I put you offline. Can you see? I can still hear myself. It is so difficult to try to listen to you talk and, um okay. Okay, so I just stay on hold for a second. I'm so sorry, guys. I can talk, and you see, when I was talking, I can hear stuff coming back from my speakers, right? So, see, Jackie says your English is really good, side. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so Michelle is gonna try again. She's doing whatever she can on her side to come on. To she has an incredible story as well. Um, But I do wanna also talk I'm gonna bring some more people. I'm gonna probably bring Sai back on, but I still just wanna talk for anybody that is going through something difficult right now. And for anybody that just joined, thank you for coming on. I've had 2 guests so far. We had Sana and we had Sai just earlier. I'm gonna probably put Sai back on a little later. I do have some technical difficulties on my side at least. But as long as you guys can if everything's okay on your end, then that's good. That's good. I just want to remind you that I know sometimes, life when you're going through something really difficult in your life, it's going to feel that it's like a dead end, right? It might even feel that, and you're telling yourself every single day, like, what is the point? Like, how many times have you told yourself, what is the point of moving forward when, like, I'm never going to find my happiness, or how hard is it to be happy? You know what? Honestly, it's hard. It's hard to be happy. How many do you like, if you look at your lifetime so far, have you had more happier days than hard days, like, uh, um, difficult days? Most likely, we're probably gonna have more difficult days than your happy days, right? But remember that you've been happy before. I think that's the most important thing to remind yourself that I've been happy before, right? And it doesn't mean that I can't be happy again, right? This is something that we all have to train ourselves to think this way, because I know it's difficult when you're going through something very hard and you feel trapped, right? And especially when you're going through anxiety and depression, it just feels like there's nowhere to go because it just feels like you're never going to you're looking at this mountain and you're just like, "There's no way I'm gonna be able to climb this mountain. There's no way." Right? And that's why it is so important to really focus that energy, that time that you have every single day to work on yourself, right? Because if you don't work on yourself, it's like a lot of things aren't going to happen, right? When I was going through my anxiety and depression, I was sitting there doing nothing for myself, like absolutely nothing. The only thing I was doing for myself and telling myself, well, my mind was telling me that I was useless, that I was going to be I was going to have anxiety and depression for the rest of my life, right? And I was going to take my medication, 4 pills a day, every single day, right? Um, and that's when I had to tell myself, "You know what? This thing that's telling me all these bad things, this is not me." I would I that like, this it just felt like it was somebody else that literally just entered into my life and said, "Okay, it's time for me to take over control of your life, and I'm gonna tell you and I'm gonna start running your life for you." Right? And if you're going through some anxiety and depression, that's what it feels like. It feels like it's not even you, right? So last live I was talking about with my brother, we were talking about how it's so important to start really distinguishing which are the thoughts that are really important to you, that are going to help you along your journey, right? Which are the ones that are going to really pick you up and push you to move forward, right? There are going to be a lot of times when you're gonna be especially when you're not focused, you're going to be listening to all those voices telling you that and it feels like it's grabbing you by the ankles and it's pulling you back, right? Stopping you from, getting to that better version of yourself, right? But once you get the hang of really getting in there and tuning in to those that voice that's really and it's really faint, especially when your mind is going all over the place, that voice is telling you to stay strong, right? You hear it, but it's so hard to be convinced that you are strong because at that moment, you feel so weak, right? But I learned that, once you start to really take control of your mind and you start to really focus in on those thoughts that are trying so hard to tell you that you can get through this, that you are a survivor, which is today's topic, and you are to remind you again that you are a survivor and that you can get through anything. I miss chat. Can I send the link again? Okay. I'm missing chat here because you know what happens when Roger talks. I talk a lot. I talk a lot. Yes, I will send you guys the link again. There you go, guys. Bernadette says, "I do look back with regrets, but I'm trying to do better." And it's so hard, right, Bernadette, to really just looking at regrets, looking at our bad decisions that we made in the past, looking at all the bad events that happened into our past. It's so hard to just escape all that, right? And, the reason why I couldn't move forward because I kept thinking about that day when I slipped and hit, my head on that ice, I hit my head on that concrete step because I drove my niece back home on that day, and I blamed her for that, and it wasn't her fault, obviously, but it's those things that are we can't let go, and our secret is to try to let go of those things, right? Because ultimately, it makes sense. It does. Like, if you really think about it, if you wanted to walk fast, right, forward, but you're carrying 1,000 pounds on you, you're not going to be able to get there as soon as you want because there's just too much weight. So that is basically what your past is. I'm not talking about the good stuff, I'm talking about the bad stuff that you think about. That is the weight that you're carrying with you moving forward, and that is the reason why you can't find your happiness. You can't get to the place where you think that, where you can start enjoying life again. It's because you're so trapped into the past that you're not allowing yourself to live in the present moment, which is the most important thing, is when you just focus on what is happening right now, and what are you going to do right now so that you can make a difference for tomorrow, right? Because what you do today, there's going to be a ripple effect of what's going to happen for tomorrow, right? So if you are bringing everything along with you from the past, this ripple effect is just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger, right? And sooner or later, it's gonna take you that much longer to find your happy, right? It keeps going to Safari, not YouTube. It should take you to a link, and it should go to StreamYard, right? And then you should just click your name on it. You know what, Patty? I'm going to send you the same link on your Messenger. How's that? Sorry, guys. We're just trying to figure things out here. So, Patty, I'm sending you the link here on your Messenger and tell me if that makes a difference. Okay. So I sent it to Patty. I know Patty wants to come on. Shell still can't get her video. Shell, how are you doing that? So Jackie says, "I've made a lot of poor decisions, but I feel I have learned from them." Totally, right? It's like I made a lot of bad decisions, right? When I had that comic book publishing company with my brother, we made so many bad decisions, right? Which probably led to, why we went bankrupt, right? But I look back at it as, yes, it was tough, right? But also look back at it and said, "What did we really learn from it?" And not only that, but what did I achieve in my life from that experience? Even though I don't have that publishing company anymore with my brother, I still treasure and value those moments and those experiences that I had. Even with all my relationships prior to my wife, all my ex-girlfriends that I had, right? I still look at all those relationships, and every single one of them, I learned something from them, right? Because when I met my wife, I was like, now I know what I look for in a person. Now I know who I look for, who I wanna spend the rest of my life with, right? And that's what these chapters we have in our life can do for us. Even though at that moment, we don't feel that it is really a lesson that we're learning, we're just kinda living it, but when that chapter ends, you're gonna realize that it's gonna help you for the next chapter that's going to happen, or maybe not the next chapter, but the next chapter, right? Shell, sorry everyone, my camera on my laptop is being a pain. You know what we're gonna do, Shell? We're going to do a test, I'm gonna do a test with you after this, so it'll just be me and you, so that the next time, I might even do another one of these in 2 days, right? Once I figure out how to do this, because I really wanted to I think this is really great for me to just talk about well, you guys heard a lot about me, but I just want, like because when I write my quotes, it's about my story and it's about life and all that, but I really do like how when Sai was here and she told us about, what she went through like, so many things in her life, right? But again, with this quote, you can see how this quote that I wrote relates to her, right? And I'm sure it relates to many of you that are watching right now as well, right? So I really wanted to hear your story. I think it's really important for other people to hear other people's story as well, because you are also an inspiration to others as well, right? You are, right? Every story is could be someone's inspirational story, right? Sana is still here. You never get totally through things. Just try to keep going and trust. Yes, exactly. Sana, how was the dinner? You know what? Luckily I had some steak before I came here to do the live. Otherwise, I'd be so hungry. Patty, did it work when I sent you the link? Did I what else did I miss? Oh, Sai, you're still here. Bernadette, I would love to have you, Bernadette, if you're still on. Would you like to come on? Oh, Connie, I didn't see Connie. Connie was here. I didn't get to say hi to Connie. See what happens when I talk? I missed a lot. And Helen here, she wrote, if Helen, you're still here. She said, I lost my 19-year-old son in 2008, and I'm still not over it. I think of him every day and wonder what he would be like today. And that is absolutely really tough to go through, especially if it's your own child, Helen. So I am so sorry to hear about that loss of yours. I know it happened a while ago, but I can understand that you're never going to forget him, and it's okay. It's okay to think about him every day, right? Because he's with you right now, right? So he is probably telling you, "I'm so proud of you," right? That you have been able to move forward, right? And that you are a survivor as well. Michelle, I think the last time I was live with you, Roger, you used a different app. No, I think it was live StreamYard, but it wasn't on YouTube actually, so it was on Facebook. But I will do another test with you, Michelle, so we can figure out how to get this thing going. So that my next live stream is going to be smooth. I always run into I always right, guys? I always run into something that's disruptive, but we're gonna fix this. We're gonna make this right. So is there anyone here? I had Sai here, I had Sana in here, and Chell was trying to get on, but, we're gonna have to fix that. Anybody else? Bernadette, are you still here? Patty is still trying to figure out how to get on. That wanna share your story about a time in your life that you went through that's really difficult, and you can tell yourself that you are a survivor, right? I mean, these stories are so important to other people because especially if you have, like, an anxiety and depression story, I think that's very inspirational, because, like, myself, when I was going through it, I felt that I was the only one that had it, which is not tr like, there's so many people that have it, but when you have it, it just feels that, why me? Like, out of 8 billion people in the world, like, why am I why was I chosen to go through this? But now I understand, sometimes we're not going to understand why it's happening to us until after when the chapter ends and after you have overcome, that really difficult time in your life. I understand so much of it now, right? That I look at it as like a blessing in disguise, you can say, because a lot of good things came out of my journey, right? I am not only able to help myself, but I can also help others, all around the world, how to overcome anxiety and depression. And it's not I'm not saying that my quotes and my videos are gonna help everybody, right? Because, there are different stages of anxiety and depression and mental health issues, right? But, you know, I was able to figure a way, to work on yourself and to strengthen your mindset, right? And to focus, right? That's the main thing. And love. Love, love, love. Like Kona, my dog, it plays a huge part of it because she was given unconditional love. Like those are the things that some people may not know, right? So Shell, she has her cute little dog Bean, huge plays a huge part in her life, right? And for anybody that has a dog, you will understand what I mean, right? So there's so many things that I learned through my journey. That's why I need to write a book. I need to write I need to write an autobiography of myself and just talk about, like, what I actually experienced, because it's like sometimes I have to try to distinguish what comes first and, like, from 1 to 10, like, which is the most important thing and how, um how all these things were able to heal me, right? Because it's so hard to tell someone that, "Yeah, you know what? Love yourself, have a strong mindset and all that." I can say it to you, but if you're in the middle of anxiety and depression, you're telling yourself, "It's so easy for him to say, but it's so hard to do," right? So you kind of don't know where to start. So my goal was to try to explain to everyone where you need to start and how it kind of trickles to the next thing that you need to focus on, right? So that's why I talk a lot about focus and because it makes sense, right? If your mind is completely clouded and you're lost and you feel alone and you just feel like there's nothing ahead of you, then you don't know where to start. You just don't, right? But if you tell yourself, "Wait, Roger is right, though. If everything is a mess in my mind, what happens if I start cleaning it up? What happens when I start to organize my thoughts?" Where I say there's a filing cabinet, one is, full of negative thoughts and one is full of positive thoughts, and you have to start, you know, organizing organizing these thoughts, putting what are the negative thoughts, what are the positive thoughts, shutting those doors on the negative thoughts and start opening that filing cabinet with all positive thoughts, right? Patty, it didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a test with Patty as well, maybe, I think after I figure out with Shell, we'll be able to understand how to get you guys connected because I want you guys to come on. Bean helped me through a lot even though he didn't come into my life until after I overcame anxiety and depression. You see there? And that's fun and that's awesome, Rick, because he came in at the perfect time for you, right? Same thing with Kona. Kona's walking around here. Kona, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Chi-Chi. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Kona's coming, guys. You guys wanna see her? Come here, sweetie. Stay. Oh, we have a special guest, guys. She was walking in the room, and I called her over, and this is Kona. You guys seen her probably before, but I'm gonna bring her in. Isn't she cute? So she's a Yorkie Pom, about 6 years. I think you're 6 years old, right? Right now? Yeah. But she really changed not just me, but she changed, our family, right? Because at that time when I lost myself, my family was falling apart, right? Because it was because I was so different, right? Like, I was completely different if like, from who I am today than I was like that version of myself 5, 6 years ago, right? So and I was that's why my life was so bad, guys. It was just like I was falling apart and everything in front of me was falling apart, right? So, like, that's why I decided that, you know what, my family doesn't need me anymore. I'm so useless, and I am so embarrassed to be, the father of my children. Like, these were the thoughts that I was thinking about because, like, I kept thinking about what my kids were thinking when they wake up in the morning and they go to school. What are they thinking about at school? Do they even wanna come home to see their dad yelling and crying all day on a couch? Like, it just I was honestly, that's why I left. I thought I was but then she came into our life. Like, my wife and my daughters were talking about buying a dog, and my first reaction was, "You guys are crazy," because and you guys heard me say this before, I was like, "You can't even how are you going to take care of a dog if you can't even take care of me?" Like, I was like, "No, there's do not buy a dog. Please do not buy a dog." But luckily, they didn't listen to me, so they went out and they brought her home, and when she came home, she was like this cute little puppy. Still looks like a little puppy, right, Kona? Kona, who's that? Who's that? And, she just, like, when she walked through the door and Shell probably understands this, when they come into your house, it's like, she just changed the whole thing, like, an environment, like, everything glowed, right? Okay, Kona, I'm gonna let you go, okay? You wanna go to your mom? Yeah? Oh, Bernadette says hi. Bernadette loves you. Bernadette loves you. Okay, bye. Yeah, so she, like, absolutely changed it was like her frequency, her vibration, her just her positive energy, and the unconditional love, I think, was the most important thing, because even though, I'm at home, my family's home and everything, they were s it felt so distant, right? So it was hard for me to actually start loving again because they were so far, and I didn't even want to be, I just wanted to get away from them because I didn't want to affect them with my negativity, right? And it was hard because we were all living in that same household, but that's why everybody just went into the room and locked the doors, and just the house was so quiet, right? Our house, like, before my accident, we were laughing and going out and doing all these things, but, once I got into that darkness, everything changed. And Kona came in, she reminded us that we can laugh again, that we can start to love again, and we could be happy. And I think that was one of the most important things is that she reminded us that, um, this world is such a beautiful place, and even though she is just a tiny dog, that even something so small can make such a big difference. And that made me think about maybe I don't have to look at the big things yet to make myself happy. Maybe I should focus on the small things, right? What are the small things in my life that bring me that joy and happiness? Because I miss it. I really I hated waking up in the morning and crying every single day. I hated waking up in the morning because I knew that it was going to be a bad day, right? I was tired of the same routine every morning all the way until I went to bed, and then waking up and the whole day happened exactly the same. Why did it happen the same? Why did it seem like Groundhog Day every day? It was because there was a script that I wrote in my head, right? When I talk about how that you are the owner of the pen and that you can write every day you have a new page, that you get to write something positive, I was not doing that, okay? I was writing everything, like, everything was just, "I am this, I mean, I don't have this, I don't have that, I should hate this, I should hate that, and blah, 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 blah," right? And it was like I left it at the script, and I read the same page every single day. It's almost like listening to the same song every single day. And the song that I was listening to was a very bad song, right? A very bad song, and it was like glued onto the record player, and it was just playing and playing it over and over again. And that's when she came into my life, Kona, like, it made me realize that I need to change this song that I'm listening to every day, single day, because this little dog that just came into my life, you know, has made me realize that my life can start to change, right? I think it's the change that is so important to all of us, because we can go through so many different things, or we try so hard, but we don't see change. Patty, I've got a story if I ever get on. Patty, I know we're gonna be able to fix this, okay? I can't wait to have you on, Patty, because you're such an amazing person. And when I started to see change, and remember, guys, like, even if you're taking steps every single day, this is such a big reminder for you guys because I know it's tough when you're just trying every single day. And the quote that I wrote today about how every day kind of feels like an uphill struggle, right? It's like you feel like you're getting a little closer, then all of a sudden you slide back down, and it's like you're walking on this mountain that's just made out of mud, and you're just no matter how hard you're trying every single day, it just feels like you're never going to reach the top, right? And, that's why it is so important to, first of all, to remind yourself how strong you are, right? That even if you are sliding down, you're still gonna take those steps moving forward. Why? Because you have that strength within you, and every step that you take is going to make you feel that much stronger, even though some days it's not going to seem like that, right? Because eventually, those steps are all going to add up to your success or to whatever you're searching for, right? This is how I came from rock bottom to being here today, right? Or where I am today doing what I do, is because I believe that even though it may not feel like these little steps are taking me anywhere, I reminded myself that every single step is still progress. Every single step. Doesn't matter how small or big they are, right? Thank you so much, Nihao. Oh, yeah, Rita. Okay, Rita, I see. I remembered Rita. Sana says, "Love, love, love Kona." Hi, Kona. She's sitting right there. I wonder if she wants to come back. Patty, I've got 2 is it ISA dogs? Emotional support. ISA dogs. Oh, I'd love to see that, Patty. Oh, Rita, you're still here. You know what, Rita? I need to get you on live too. I wanna see you too. I wanna so whenever you're ready, Rita, let me know, and if you're ready right now, I would love to have you on. See, Sai has been wow. It's just so amazing, just to be able to talk to you in person. I think that's why, I think this was a great decision made by me to have you guys come here. So if Trisha, you're still on, I'm trying to get Trisha to come on, and Patty didn't even want to come on at the beginning, right, Patty? But all of a sudden, you do wanna come on, and I'm so happy that you made the decision to do so. And Shell is just I think she's still struggling to get her video, but we're gonna fix that. But yeah, again, going to that quote that I wrote, I have a lot of quotes that have to do with strength and reminding, because I think it's so important to remind you because, you know, there's so many times when we can't really sink into that feeling of us being strong because we're not focused on that every single day. We're too focused on the bad things that are happening to us, or maybe we're looking way too far ahead of us into the future. What I was doing before, right, how I was creating a future of where I was never going to heal myself and that I was never gonna be happy, like that future, right? You may be creating all these stories for yourself right now as we speak about, "This is not gonna work out for me. I'm never gonna find a new relationship," "I'm never going to be successful," whatever the case may be that you are telling yourself, right? This has gotta stop. Like, you have to stop telling yourself these negative things because remember, you are harming yourself as you are, directing these negative things towards yourself. It's almost like if someone was standing in front of you and they were yelling at you and saying that, "You are this, you are that, you are this, you are that." How is that going to make you feel if it was an actual physical person saying that in front of your face, right? You wouldn't feel good at all, right? You would be like, "Why are you saying all these bad things to me when I'm not?" So, by you telling yourself that, even though, it's in your head, it's almost the same thing because it's like, they are words, they are still words, which you are directing to yourself, and you're putting yourself down, right? You need to start telling yourself the good things that can happen to you and all the like believing that these amazing things are going to happen to you and believing that the universe is ready to offer you so many fantastic, beautiful things, right? And you guys heard me talk about before about receiving, right? You are not going to receive if you are not ready. So you have to train yourself to be ready, right? And how are you going to do that? It's by loving yourself and and appreciating your life that you're living right now, that you have been given the opportunity to wake up every single morning to do something with the given time that you have on a daily basis, right? So instead of spending your time saying bad things to yourself and telling yourself that you don't have a bright future, that that everything that you've always wanted in your life, you're never going to get because so and so and so and so. You don't have to tell yourself those things. Remember, you can make these choices and decisions. You've made some bad choices and decisions, yes, in the past, but every day you still can make new choices and new decisions, right? Look back at the decisions that you made in the past and tell yourself, "I'm not going to make that same mistake again." When you have learned from those lessons, right? And you've corrected yourself, right? Then those same things probably won't happen to you again because you already know. You already learned. You know what to do. It's kind of like, when I started off with my YouTube channel, I had to find out, like, what should I talk about? What is my theme? What is my background gonna look? And then, like, today, for example, was the first time I ever brought people onto my You it's like those kind of things, I learned from my past. Right? What am I going to do to make it different, to make it more exciting? So you use the same thing with your life as well. Same thing too with your life. What can you do in your life right now that you can make it more exciting for yourself, right? Because we have a given time here on this planet, right? What do you want to happen while you are still living here, right, on this planet? How many regrets do you want when when it's time before you leave, right? And I said this, a few lives ago, like, try to make it your goal to have as little regrets as possible, right? Because I remember watching this video, and this person was interviewing these people that were, like, in their 80s and 90s, and the question was, "What is the what is the one thing that you'll always remember in your life, and or that you think about the most?" And they're like, "My regrets, that I should have done all these things when I was younger, that, I had the opportunity to do all these things, but I said no," But if you have the opportunity to do those things, like, especially the things that you really wanted to do, but something was telling you no, or you were too afraid to because you were afraid that other person or somebody was gonna say that, "That is such a dumb idea," or, "What do you think where do you think you're gonna go from doing this? What do you plan on achieving from doing this?" Right? That they just remember that they don't know what your true happiness is. Only you know what your true happiness is, right? Can you imagine if, um, when I had brought out the idea that I wanted to write quotes and I wanted to help people by writing and sharing it all over the world, and then if someone came up to me or even multiple people came up to me and said, "Roger, that is, like, the most idiotic thing I've ever heard of. Like, who writes quotes, right? You think you can compete with all those quotes have been around for ages. What makes you different, and what makes you think that you're going to, have an impact in this world?" Imagine I was listening to that, and they convinced me, 'cause I agreed with them, that maybe it was a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't write quotes. Who am I to say that I have this ability to help people? I wouldn't have everything I have right now. I wouldn't be able to, help hopefully, I've been able to change many people's lives and help them, figure out that even anxiety and depression is something that you don't have to live with for the rest of your life. Hopefully, that everything that I've done, I've been able to do that, right? So, I'm so glad and happy that I didn't listen to anybody because I believed in myself. I believed in what I was telling me ever since I decided that I wanted to heal myself, right? That and I kept my promise. I think that's the number one thing, that I kept my promise that when I fully recovered, that I was going to teach other people how they can start changing their life just how I did, right? Love her from, Rita, she's so cute. Oh, that's Sai. Sai says, "So happy at the same time nervous to join life, but I made it." You did, Sai, you made it. See, here we go, Sai, you see? Sai was shy, but you know what? I think at that moment, she's just like, "You know what? I'm just gonna do it." Right, Sai? Was that something that you did? That is so amazing because this you might not see it right now, but what you did today by coming live, okay, could have triggered something up here that is going to tell you something that maybe there was something that you're thinking about doing in the past, and now you're thinking that, "I went on Roger's live today. Maybe I can challenge myself, and I can see if I can do it." You see? You can kind of feel it, right, Si? It's like opening up this Christmas present that you've been or this present that you've been waiting to open for so long, and today was the day you opened it, right? And now you have a whole bunch of other presents you need to open, so open it. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that you have the keys to open all these doors. You just have to figure out, you know, when to use them. They're you have them, right? So hopefully, Sai, yeah, you conquered shyness, right? You conquered shyness, which is great. And that is a tough thing to do, right? Bernadette, I regret being hostages for 20 years, and I think, Bernadette, you're talking about your marriage, right, Bernadette? I'm not sure if that's what you meant by hostages, but I think, after talking to you for quite some time now, with your marriage, I think, right, Bernadette? And remember, Bernadette, if you still wanna come on, all you have to do is click the link. Michelle, are you still there? Are you still trying to figure out how to come on? I'm gonna post this again if anybody is interested in joining. Who else wants to come on? Because I think we're getting a lot of information. I love talking, guys. I love to talk, and learn something. I know some of the stuff I say, I say many times, I repeat a lot of things, but again, it's all about reminding you if you had forgotten, and it's also just there so that you can keep the engine in your mind to keep running in a positively, right? Because what we wanna do is we wanna keep, you know, keep, um you know, pushing ourselves and get this motor running, right? Because the faster it moves, the more you're gonna hop onto this engine this positive engine that's running, so that you can stop, you know, running on that engine that's like it's choking and it's not moving well and it's rusty and it's just so slow like that it's just the which is the negative thoughts, right? That engine that's just, not getting you anywhere, right? I want you to get on the engine like that's bullet speed train that I talk about when I'm on, like, that's running 300 miles per hour, going straight forward, and it's heading to that direction of success and happiness and all that good stuff. I want you to be on that train. Right? So when you start to learn when you learn from me, when you start to figure out all the things that I've been talking about in my course and my videos, and you start to understand what I mean and how my mindset runs, then you start to understand, you know how I got to where I think, like, Rita's trying. How come people oh my gosh, I see Rita. I'm getting Rita on. Great, great. Getting Rita on. Rita! I see you, Rita. Oh, wait,
Hi,
hold on. I
Ro-
have to put my speakers on. Hold on. Hi, Rita.
Hi,
How are
Roger.
you? Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I get to see Sai and I get to see Rita on the same day. This
Uh,
is such
it's
a
nice meeting you. It's nice seeing you all
oh,
the way from Trinidad.
wow, Trinidad. How's the weather there?
Well, we actually had it was a lot rainy today, but we are in the rainy season this
Oh, it's
time of year.
raining. Oh, okay, so you're like Sai. She's getting like a storm there as well, right? Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So were you just like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come live."
I'm usually a shy person, but
There you
my
go.
little son is there. No, go ahead, mommy. So I said, all right, why not?
I think Sai started something. She got you to come. That's so amazing. I'm so happy to see you. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and I've asked Sai about it, and I know you. We've been talking for a long time now, and you've told me some of the things that has happened to you in your life, right? So what is the maybe one or two things that you went through in your life so far that you can look back and say, you know what, it was tough, but you know what, I am a survivor.
Yeah, well, I mean, from a very young age, I started with anxiety actually at a very
Wow.
young age. And it actually used to show out. It used to show out a lot in my body physically. I would actually start like hyperventilating and breathing very quickly,
Yep, I did that
and
too.
it used to look actually like seizure like. So it affected me from a very like as early as 12 years. And it was very challenging starting high school and being like that. I used to be you know ashamed at times when I would get sick in school. And I got through that. Growing up
Mhm.
as a teenager, it was challenging being like that because anytime I got stressed out, it will act up, and it came on, as I said, like seizure like. So it was something that even something as simple as getting my license. My parents, they were kind of skeptical about me getting a license because of driving, and yeah, I got through that. Then back in 2015, I I there were concerns about a polyp in my colon,
Ooh,
which they had removed, and they got like cancerous cells to the tip. And that was really, I think that was really life changing for me because I had
wow.
to go back into surgery like the second time around. And thankfully, thank bless the Lord that nothing really spread. That was
Mm,
it. So I have to continuously be doing like colonoscopies and stuff to ensure that the colon is clear, and it's been challenging. Life is challenging. I always have that little fear behind me that, oh, what if the polyps come back and,
Yeah, and that's
you
the
know,
same thing with my anxiety and depression because, I thought that I healed myself, and then there was this one moment, something that happened to me, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's creeping back, I haven't healed myself," right? So, that's why I didn't do my YouTube channel because I was just like, I'm not ready yet, right? So, but finally, I just, because I learned how to strengthen my mindset, I knew what to do, I knew how to actually, get through that where it's like it feels like you're sinking back in, but I pulled myself out of it, right? And I reminded myself, "Roger, you just you can do this." I kept reminding myself, "You can do this," right? So, and yeah, it's scary, right? When you feel that you don't want it to come back into your life, right? You actually right?
exactly.
You're happy now, but it's like, I don't want it to start ruining my life again, right? But everything's good though, right?
Yeah, everything actually. I recently had a test done, and by God's grace, yes, everything was good. So, yeah, but there's always that little anxiety, that
Yeah, of
little fear
course you're gonna have anxiety, right?
that I have to continuously
Mhm.
be working on. But
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
See, you've been through a lot, right? That is, like especially with health issues, I think that is one of the biggest things, like, if you're overcoming for anybody that's, even going through cancer, breast cancer, or any type of cancer, that's like one of the hardest things to go through, right? And
So that was like for me, that was like a close call, and even that
yeah,
that situation, it kind of drew me back more to God, and having faith, and you know, so yeah,
yeah, that's
basically.
amazing. That is look, Ty says, um, "Yay, Rita, we conquered our shyness." You don't look shy at all, at all. Like, you
Yeah,
could do your own podcast if you wanted to. You should
well,
try, right? I mean,
you think
I'm sure you have a lot of things to talk about that other people would like to listen to, right?
it's my life is it's con honestly, Roger, it is continuously it's one challenge on
It
when you
is.
think settling, it's just something comes up
That's what I
again,
was talking about, right? Like, it just feels like when you feel like you're almost there, and then something all of a sudden is like, "Oh my gosh, I'm back to where I started," right? It's that feeling that kind of demotivates us to continue to move forward, right? But again, no matter what happens, something deep within us is, telling us, "There's no way I'm giving up. There's no way I'm giving up. I have to overcome this," right? But if you look about everything that you went through so far, did it not make you that much stronger?
Uh,
Like, right?
more definitely,
Right?
yeah. Like
Big
when
time.
those fears coming in, I said, Rita, you've been through tougher things that before, so
Yeah.
you have that strength to fight it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, because you can compare it to something like that's why I said, what is the one thing that you felt that was the toughest? So if you were going through something and it was hard, you can always remind yourself, "Well, I went through this and I was able to get through it. So how am I thinking to myself that I can't get past this?" Right? And
Yeah.
that's why I talk about, those chapters that we go through and how crucial it is to really remind yourself that this no matter how hard it is, I know it sucks when you're going through it, but it does really bring out the strength in you, right?
And sometimes I think even for me, I have to keep this is something that I have to keep talking to myself and
Yep.
reminding myself that I've been through that and I can go through this. I had the strength back then and I could have the strength now.
Uh-huh. Look who I have. Patty figured out how to get here. Patty, can you hear us? Let me see if I can hear Patty.
Hi, Rita.
Hi, Patty.
Okay, good, good.
Hi,
Patty's
Rita.
Hi.
Hi, Patty. I'm so glad I don't Patty's been trying. You guys been watching this, right? Patty's been trying since the beginning, and she made it. That's amazing.
Oh, this is
You
nice.
made
This
it
It
is
is
through
really
even in the
nice. It is,
beginning.
right? That's why
He's seeing faces to the names now.
Yeah. So the next time I have my live, everyone's gonna
I'm a
know each
mess,
other,
though.
right? You look beautiful, Patty. You look absolutely beautiful. You look and Rita looks beautiful. Always so
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you, Roger.
You're
It's
welcome.
actually
Oh,
night time here. It's actually, I think I might be 1 hour ahead of you because I'm 9:55.
it is almost 9 o'clock PM here.
Right. So I'm almost an hour ahead of you.
Okay, so it's not that late. Where are you from, Patty? Where are you from,
Joliet,
Patty?
Illinois.
Where are you?
I think she
Joliet,
said
Illinois.
Oh, Illinois, Chicago?
I think I'm right.
Is it Chicago, Illinois? Oh, okay,
Joliet,
okay.
right outside.
So
Right
you're
outside.
1 hour before. Isn't
Hi.
it 8 o'clock there now?
so she's like 2 hours behind me.
I'm right? Because I used to go to
I'm an hour
Chicago a lot,
behind.
so I remember the time difference wasn't like New York, where New York is Eastern Standard, right? You guys are uh, you're at an hour behind, so it's still early for all of us, kind of. I mean, it's definitely early for me because I don't sleep till like 6 in the morning. So sometimes when I'm texting you guys or messaging, and you're like, "Audrey, you're still awake?"
Mm, yeah, because
Rita knows.
I
Rita
see
knows.
those codes posting up sometimes like 1 o'clock a.m. my time.
What if yeah, and you're like, "What is Audrey doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So Patty, would you like to tell us okay, I'm gonna have Patty on. So I'm just gonna put you off right now, Rita, so that we can
Yeah,
focus on what Patty's gonna say. But again, Rita, you're gonna come on my next live, right? Now that your shyness, yeah.
for sure.
You see, because I do want to talk a lot with you because I need to catch up, and Sai too. Sai, I'm so glad all of you guys are here. So I'm gonna see you. Maybe if you're still here, I'll bring you back on.
All right, that's no problem. Let's say
All right.
let's
So glad to
see.
see you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so now I just have Patty. So you are the star right now on Can you hear me okay, Patty?
You. Yes, I hear perfectly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're 1 hour
You're
behind.
a little bit laggy, but I'm gonna try my best to hear you. You can hear me fine though, right?
I know it's the computer.
Oh,
It's
it's
the
fine.
computer.
I can hear you. The only thing is I can hear myself, which I need to figure out how to fix it. So I'm gonna try my best to focus on what you're gonna say. So I'm gonna ask you the same question, Patty, because I asked it to Sai and Asana, and I've also asked it to Rita about what is the one thing in your life so far that reminds you that you are a survivor?
My son was 30 and my son passed away. He was quadriplegic. I was his
Mhm,
nurse, his mom. I guess I was everything to him. Um,
mhm,
he was I took care of him. I didn't think I was gonna be able to make it through it. Um, I have faith. Like my son always told people, my mommy has more faith than anybody you will ever meet in your lifetime. And for about 6 months, I had a really difficult time. I couldn't go to the basement, I couldn't do the laundry. I had a hard time functioning. And then one day I kind of felt him talk, and I know you believe that because of your brother Pat. And I felt him talk to me, and he said, "You can't go on this way. You gotta live. You gotta live life and live every moment, not every minute, mommy, every moment." And he always said that when he was 5, he would always say, "Don't live every minute, live every moment." And
mhm,
he did. My son was a quadriplegic, but he lived like no quadriplegic ever lived. He
Yeah,
always
and he
had friends
understood,
over.
right?
He he had a 24-hour revolving door in our house. It was always company here to visit with him, and that helped him tremendously. It helped him. Um, he would always tell me how much he loved me, but I think more importantly, he made me feel how much he loved me,
Right,
and
that's
it was
important.
important to him that he didn't just tell somebody, "I love you." He didn't leave his room until he really loved
But
me.
it's like, I don't.
He had to know you loved him. He had to know that you felt that love inside of you from him. Um, Pressed and come in his room, and my son would just he was always had a joke, and I would have to say, "Jeremy, this is my good Christian friend, keep it clean," and he would tell a good joke, and then, he would had a joke he would tell his male friends and, people that I didn't say, "This is a Christian, and watch yourself, because this is one of my friends, and I care about what you say to them."
Mhm,
But
yeah,
he was wonderful, and he had everybody thought he had this, but it was so sad that he passed away. Yes, it was sad that he left this earth too soon, but as much as he left this earth too soon, he left so much behind. I have a 9-year-old granddaughter who my son's been gone 13 years, 13 and a half. My granddaughter just turned last Saturday was her 10th birthday. She was
mhm,
not home. She said, "I talked to him." I know you might think crazy because everybody does. No, I think
yeah,
she's not crazy. I know there's something going on with her because said things only could have known were between me and my son. It would be like something I would tell you that I would never tell anybody. It would be between the 2 of us. And that's how everything was with my son, but I was he was so caring about other people. It wasn't about how can you feel when you're 20 years old, you know, you're paralyzed. You have died in an accident that's truly an accident, and from the diving accident, you become paralyzed. Of course, you never thought this was gonna happen. This would never happen to you. But it did. 'Cause when you're 20, Roger, and you're a guy especially, this is what they said in Chicago, 20, you're a male, nothing's gonna happen. You're invincible. Um, there was one woman for every 100 women. It was, um, inspirational to my son, lift other people up, and that's where I got into my post. I'd been writing
mhm,
since I was 12, but people said, "You need to put this on Facebook and put it on, YouTube," and I said, "Nah, nah, nah,
that's
it's
how I
not good enough."
started, you know,
Right,
yeah, so
and I
Patty,
started
came
with
up to me
quotes,
and
and I
she
said,
showed me a whole bunch of her quotes, and they're beautiful, and I would love to share it with you guys on one of my next live, and I was telling her, that, she should start her own Facebook business page. It doesn't even have to be Facebook business, but that's where I started, and that's where I felt a lot of my followers come from, but there's so many social media platforms that you can do it as well, and I think the most important thing is that if it makes you feel like, if it makes you feel good, right? You just continue doing it because it's not only like you may not know it, but the quote that you wrote, right, or the poem or whatever you write can help many others out there as well, right? Right? So and by reading what you wrote, I mean,
right.
like, definitely
If I
I
can
can tell you that people are going to really like it.
if I can make one person smile, person know that they're not the only one going through this. That's that makes me feel good. It makes my heart smile. You gotta feel that same way when people tell you that,
Yeah,
like, I know I've told you when I first started reading your quotes, you touched not my heart, just my heart. You touched deep into my soul. And when somebody tells you that, it makes your heart smile because you feel like,
it
you know what?
does.
I may not have $1,000,000 and be able to help out the whole world, but I helped one person and I made one person smile today.
There you go, right? And I said that before too when I gave remember I was talking about how I almost gave up at that time because I was looking at numbers and I was like, "Oh, I only, like, got 1 like or 2 like," but then I told myself, "If I just change that one person's, you know, like, thought of how their life is today, then I already did something good," right? And it makes me feel good, so I'm just so blessed I've been able to actually reach all you guys. Like, you guys are all from all over the world, right? And if I've been able to add that little bit of spark in your life or, at least make you smile or I mean, it makes me feel so good. So, you definitely have to continue writing those
Yeah,
quotes, I'm
it's
telling you, it's
wonderful.
like
I mean,
yeah, it's not that hard to actually open a Facebook business
absolutely.
page, right? Right? You just start it, and then if you do it
Yeah, I
sometimes
already did
too,
it.
yeah, and I'll
It's
share it
under
with everybody here on the chat.
Patty's PJ Patty's
What did you call it again?
PJ
Patty
Patty's PJC, and I put
Wait.
about, anywhere from 10 or 15 a day.
Oh, there, you're gonna have a lot of content on your page. Let's see. Rita,
Huh?
just using my son's account. Someone saying, oh, it's Rita. Someone said, oh yeah, I think so. Shell's gonna give up on. She can't connect tonight, so we're gonna see Shell on our next live because I think but the Shell's been trying for like the whole night, just like how Patty was. So, but we'll definitely get Shell on our next live as well. So that's awesome, Patty. So, you're gonna come on my next live, right, Patty? I'm gonna get you to come back on, but next time I'm gonna
Absolutely.
make sure my sound is better because it's so hard for me to hear and listen to my
We
own
figure
voice
it
at
out
the
ahead
same
of
time.
time.
Pardon? It's so glad I'm so
Figure it
happy
out
to
ahead of time.
yeah, I'll definitely contact you. And if you do get your Facebook page running, the next time I'll put your link up here on the chat so people can visit and see your beautiful quotes. Your beautiful quotes. Sounds good?
Yeah, there is one out there, and, uh, I guess my quote for today would be, "No matter how deep your battle is, no matter how rough the road is, you can do it.
Yeah,
You are
very,
strong."
very
You have to tell
we are
yourself that every
survivors.
day. You
We are
are I am
survivors. You are a survivor. You are a survivor. Okay, thank you so much, Patty. It was so amazing to see you. I'll
you.
get you on our next live. You know what? I'm gonna do it in 2 days. Let's do another one in 2 days, and then we'll have everyone come on again. I'll catch you on Messenger, right, Patty? Bye. Love you so much. Thank you so much for coming. It's just that it's really hard for me to hear. I'm really focusing on what you guys are hearing, but I know I can hear you guys. But next one, I'm gonna make sure I can fix this so that I can get everything working smoothly. And we're gonna get Shell back on. Now that Sai is not shy anymore. I gotta get Bernadette to come. Sai's not shy. Rita's not shy anymore. Like if they can do it, guys, you can do it too, right? If Trisha, you're still watching, you gotta get Trisha on, and you guys will know how all of us look like and sound like. And maybe BC Triplet Mom, if you're still here. Sana was my first one that came on. Thank you, Sana, if you're still here. Connie was here. People here that weren't able to make it, and Rita was here earlier as well. So. Um, But everything else, like, you guys sure you can hear the echo coming from my speaker and everything was kinda smooth? Like, yeah, still watching Bean sleep on me, hard to move. Hey, Shell, my next live, let's try I hope Bean's awake 'cause, then you could bring Bean on camera and show everyone how cute he is. So adorable, man, right, Shell? He's so adorable. Yeah, so I think this worked really well, except for the whole sound thing I need to fix, but, I think it's a really I think I'm gonna make my Inside the Mind of RLQ kind of like this, right? So if you guys enjoyed it, I'm glad you did, because I think it was, a lot of us are know each other, but we've never really heard each other speak or we've seen each other in person and stuff like that, but I think it's great that now you guys know kind of like, well, you guys know who Psy is and, you know, you just gotta get Shell to come actually, you some of you guys have seen Shell already, but, I think the most important thing is sharing our stories, right? Sharing just listening to what other people have gone through in their life can remind you that, you know, maybe what you're going through right now may not be as bad as that person's story that you're listening to, right? Sometimes it helps, and it helped me a lot too because I was you know, I thought my story was, like, going through rock bottom. I thought that was, like, one of the worst things I mean, it is bad, but I looked at there's all these other stories of other people's lives and what they had to go through, and I was like, "My story is nothing compared to what they're going through," right? So when I kind of, like, compared their life with mine, I kind of felt a little bit more like, you know, if my life isn't too bad, but I'm making it look bad, I can climb my way out of this. Like, there definitely is a possibility that I can start making changes in my life, right? Some people are in a situation where they're like, they can't really do anything like, some people are on a bed right now, like, in a hospital bed right now, and, you know, a doctor just came up to them and just said, like, you know, "You have, like, 24 hours left." Like, what do you do when you know that you have less than a day, right? So if you kind of, like, think about that in a way, like, remember what I was talking about, like, sometimes you have to kind of, like, come outside of the box and think a little bit like that, right? And then you can say, you know, maybe my life isn't too bad. Like, maybe I'm just making it feel like I have, like, the worst life, right? And that way you can start changing the way you think, right? You can start seeing your life in a different perspective, right? And from that perspective, you can start making it better, right? Rather than trying to make it worse when your life isn't really that bad, right? It kinda makes sense that way, right? You have to start writing a better script for yourself, right? So when you wake up in the morning, when you get that blank page, and again, you know, you have that pen, write some good things about yourself, which means say some good things to yourself in the morning, right? Like, you know, I'm gonna have a fabulous day today because I believe that, you know, my happiness is coming. Like, if you just say that to yourself, like, every single day, imagine, like, you know, you could do it to yourself for, like, 7 days straight and see if it makes a difference, you know? Start like, you know, when I talk about inner tune and stuff like that, like, listening to the positive affirmations every single day, that's what inner tune does, that app, right? And you can do that for yourself. If you haven't downloaded Innertune yet, try saying good things to yourself every single day instead of if you have anxiety and depression right now and you told yourself every single morning that I am going to heal, I am going to heal, I'm going to heal. Do it for 7 days straight and see if you can see a difference, if you see a changes. You're not gonna heal instantly, but at least you're gonna see changes, positive changes. Positive changes is what you're looking for. Right? And in order to have any positive changes in your life, you're going to have to do positive things for yourself to make those changes happen, right? So sway away from those negative things that you're telling yourself every single day. Stop harming yourself because you don't deserve it, right? You deserve so much more, right? You deserve happiness. You deserve a peace of mind. You deserve inner peace. You deserve all those great things. Right? And they are all achievable, trust me. You know, you can get there, but you need to work on yourself first, right? That's why I always talk about, you know, that energy that you have every single day, you know? There are a lot of things, yes, that are happening outside of the world, but the most important thing is what you're this. What is happening in here? What is happening in here in your heart, right? Work on trying to get these to work together, your mind and heart together so that you can be complete. And then you can start, you know, you can start feeling, you know, that light getting, you know, brighter and brighter every single day, right? It's not something that you're gonna do today, and then tomorrow is gonna be, "Damn, oh my gosh," and, everything is my life is, fantastic now. It's going to take steps, right? It's going to take, one day at a time, one breath at a time, you know? It's that, right? But within those steps, you are going to learn how to be patient, right? Patience is so important, I'm telling you, it's so important, right? Because, you know, especially if you're going through a really dark time, you're telling yourself, "This is never going to end," you know, am I ever going to see the end of this? Yes, you are, but it's the time a time while you're waiting, right? When you're going to finally see the light is what are you learning from today to when that day happens, right? And then you have to basically cherish all those moments because when that chapter ends and when you overcome it, life is not gonna ever be smooth. There's always going to be something that's gonna stand in your way, but at least you had learned something from the past so that you could bring forward with you along your journey so that you can tell yourself, how I was talking to Rita before, like you look back at something that a really, really a tough time, and then something that happens to you maybe won't be as tough, and you can say, "I can do this. I'm a survivor. I survived it back then. I'm gonna survive it again this time," right? So, Bernadette says, "I've moved on now, just waiting for the outcome." And, you are moving on, you're stepping forward taking those steps moving forward, and that is the most important thing, right? And it's all about, patience, like I said before, right? Like waiting, and that day is going to come. But the most important thing is that you don't give up, you don't stop taking those steps, and you continue to believe in yourself, you believe in your strength, and you believe that good things are going to happen to you. Have that mindset, because if you have that mindset, good things are going to happen to you. Positive changes are gonna happen in your life. All of these things are going to happen to your life as long as you get rid of that old script, like I was talking about earlier before, about that those things telling you that, all these bad things are gonna happen to you or that you can't do this, you can't do that. Erase it, delete it, put it away. Because you're working on the new you. Your main focus, your main goal is to work on that better version of yourself, right? That you're working on your greatness every single day, right? And you just have to keep going there. And I talked about this with my brother on my other live. Sometimes you can look at it as a video game, right? You're leveling up, right? You're like, and I say this all the time, that you right now, you're only a fraction of who you can become, right? Because you can always become better, you can always become greater, right? You know? And it's not like there is like there is no, like, best version of yourself because you can always become better, and better, and better, and better, and better. But the thing is, before before you leave this planet, how far can you go? What are the things that you could bring into your life as you are living it to make it as enjoyable and happy as possible, right? Tina, hi Tina, how are you doing? I stick positive affirmations on my mirror before I go to bed, so when I wake up, they are there to see. That's perfect, Tina, because, I've had people tell me that they wrote my quotes on Post-it notes and they would stick in the mirror, or they would just or they even actually have it on the fridge, right? They just write it on, one of those marker boards, and they would write it, so every time they come and go open the fridge, they'll read it. Right, same thing with you, Tina, when you stick those positive affirmations all over your mirror, it's perfect, it's such a great idea, because how often you go see the mirror, right? Every time you brush your teeth, wash your face, whatever, before you go to bed and when you wake up in the mirror, you're always going there, right? So every time you go there, every time and, during that day, it's reminding yourself, and that's why positive affirmations are so powerful, okay? Inner Tune, I don't know if you have downloaded yet, but you guys hear me talk about it a lot. Please download it and try it because it's like it works, right? If you just go and look at the reviews, people are saying that it's changing their lives, like so many people, because they're starting to realize how powerful your mind is and what you say and listen to in your mind, and this is what I've been talking about for like the longest time, how big of a difference it's going to make in your life, right? It's going to make changes. So hopefully that oh, I think this stream today has been very successful in a way, but except for my side, it's just been the sound has been just weird off a little bit. But next I'm thinking of doing it maybe in 2 or 3 days. So I'm gonna do it inside the mind of RLQ again this format so that I could bring, my viewers, you guys, come on live and, talk about your story, okay? So, the next episode is going to be probably about a different obviously, it's a different quote, but it will be a different topic, but I'll try to find something that, most people can relate to because I really wanna hear your story and how the quote that I wrote relates to you, right? So I think we all had a great time here today, and thank you so much everyone for joining and having, for those Rita and Sai who, basically overcame their shyness today. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Bernadette is going Bernadette, you're gonna come on my next live, right, Bernadette? I need to get you on. That I'd love to have you on, and definitely I'm gonna have Shell. And Tina, if you just joined in later, maybe you can join in for my next live as well, right? So I'm just gonna bring more and more people on so that you can get familiar with the people that you see on the chat, and because again, someone's story could be inspirational to you, right? And even your story can be inspirational to others, right? And it's just a group I wanna create here that we can all share our stories and we can all talk about it and listen to and just to get to know each other and share our love, you know? Rita, thanks, Roger, sending lots of love and hugs. Oh, I love you so much, Rita, and I'm so happy that you finally were able to talk to you and Sai and Patty and Nana. I got to see you, and talk to all of you guys, and I can't wait for next episode because we're gonna do the same thing, but a different quote, and I'm gonna fix this, and Shell's gonna fix her on side. So Shell, I'm going to after I eat and have my coffee, I'm gonna if it's not too late, I wanna do a thing with you, and so we can test it out and figure out what that problem is. Okay, Shell? And BC Triplet Mom, would you like to come on my next live, BC Triplet Mom? And maybe we can. I guess it will depend on what my quote is. That we're going to talk about in the next episode of Inside the Mind of RLQ. Right? All right, guys. Good night, everybody. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for staying from the beginning to now. It's almost been 2 hours. Can you believe it? Thank you guys for listening to me. I think that's how fun it has been, right? So, I'm looking forward to my next stream here on YouTube. Looking forward to seeing you guys again, and hopefully I get everything set up here, so that I can listen to you 100%, so I don't have to listen to my own voice, right? So, good night, Fadiza, is it Kim? Is it your name Kim, or is it Fideza? Are you still here? Thank you so much. Maybe I can get you on my next live too as well. And good night, Jackie. And Jackie, think about it for next time. I'd love to have you on my next live, and, you can share some of your stories too if you would like. All right. Good night, everybody. I will catch you on my next live stream, which is probably going to be inside the mind of ROQ. And then on my birthday, November 11th, I will do a Facebook live stream. So I'll see you then. But I will definitely message you guys when my next live is so that we can all gather and have a great time with each other. Not yet, but thank you. Okay, just let me know, BC Trip, my mom. Just let me know. All right, guys. Good night. I love you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll catch you next live. Take care, guys. Bye.